Hi everybody, it's Carla from Casey Creates. I hope everyone is well. I have a project share of some decorative heart pillows that I'm going to put in my Etsy store. And I thought before I do that, I'll go ahead and do a little share and show you what I've been up to. I've had the best time using up well, not using them up, but using quite a bit of the vintage lace trims that I was able to get from an antique store early last summer. And so I wasn't thinking I'd have time to do these heart pillows this year, but I did, and I just couldn't stop myself. They're really fun. I stitched them on the sewing machine so they'd be nice and secure, and stuffed them. And then some of the embellishments I did end up using Fabri-Tac and gluing, but this is the back of the first one. I'll measure it right away and let you know. This one is from one edge of the pillow to the other, it's 7.5 across, and from the point to the top it's about 6.25, so about 7 by 6. And then I've got this pretty braided trim around the edges. And I will say these were made in a real loose manner, not meant to be made real perfect, so you'll see a little bit of shabbiness going on. I kind of like that look. But this is the front, and it's in the really beautiful ecru colors. The backing on this heart is silk with some really delicate embroidered needlework on there. And then I've got all kinds of vintage doily, and this pearl trim came from a beautiful chiffon scarf. I've got some applique. I think you'll even see a little cheesecloth peeking out here and there. A little emblem on some canvas that says love. And then there's a couple layers here and here, and then I've got a tulle ruffle layer on top. So I thought this one was just real girly and a little elegant and pretty. So I also have the hanger, so it could be propped on a bed or a little settee or couch, but also can be hung with the tulle and seam binding bow that I made a hanger out of. So this is the first one. I'm going to just leave it there and hope to get a still photo of it for my shop. There's that one. Then the next one is all white. It's beautiful. I think it would make a great wedding gift, but also would just be pretty in a shabby area. Again, on a couch or a little sitting, place. There's the back is just some beautiful white cotton fabric and then some pretty lace trim. I've got this beautiful pleated pearl trim that I got from Craft Supplies for You, and let's measure it here. From the ruffle edge to ruffle edge it's 11 inches, and then from the point to the middle it is 9.5, so 11 by 9.5 for this white one. This is the back, and then this is the front again. It's got the beautiful pearl trim here. I got that from Craft Supplies for You as well. I have a little vintage lace rosette with a silk rose in the middle, and then I made these little 3-flower clusters with a pearl, or is it 2? Yeah, 3 flowers with a little pearl embellishment. So again, just another one with lots of laces. I loved doing this crochet trimmed one, and I just kind of laid it on wherever it would lay. So trying to get more of a loose look to it. So there's that one. And then I have this one, which is, well, let me do one of the colorful ones. This one is so sweet. It's really little, and it's made, I made the backing this eyelet lace fabric, and it's got tatting for the trim, and the size of this one is from the widest point, it's 6 by about 5 1/4, so 6 by 5. It's this sweet one. I've got a really pretty lace bow and hanger, and then on the front I've got some vintage fabric here, some vintage lace that I cut apart and put in 2 different spots. You can see it a little better right there. Got a heart in the middle and just kind of layered some lace trim, and one of these heart appliques is the back here, and then I cut out some satin little embroidered flowers and put them on different spots all around. And then of course this vibrant pink rosebud trim that I thought made it really pop and be festive and Valentine-y, even though, like I said, I didn't necessarily make them just for Valentine's. The next one I love is this one. This is the back, and I used some really soft pink eyelid lace trim that's ruffled, and some vintage lace that I tea-dyed. And this one measures, let's see, this one measures from ruffle edge to ruffle edge. It's about 7 1/4, and from this point to the top it's about 8 1/4, so 7 by 8. I put this one on a little pearl hanger. It can hang or it can be laid on something, and this is the front. It's velvet, and then I've got the tea-dyed lace trim, and then there's a pretty little rosette there in the middle with another silk rose, and then the little mauve pink ribbon roses, and then this middle piece, I don't know if you can see, but it's got little ruffled chiffon edges and a strip of velvet down the middle. I thought that was pretty to pick up on the pink crushed velvet on the edges, and then just a rayon seam binding bow in the middle. So I thought that was a really girly, pretty pink one. I'm really happy with that one. And then I'll show you one of my really colorful ones. Another one is this one. Okay guys, this one's kind of over the top, but I couldn't help myself. Look at this. This is just the pinkest, you know, I don't know, it could have come out of a garden somewhere. It's got the sari silk bow and a satin ribbon rose, and it's just got all kinds of textures and fabrics. I've got the chiffon ruffled, it's chiffon and satin ruffled ribbon all around the edges. There's double layer of that, and then I've got these cut out hearts that came from an crocheted table runner, and then more of the rosebud trim and this beautiful floral fabric. This is the back. It's very just the muslin fabric and the more of the ribbon trim on the back. This is a crocheted piece that lifts up. It's a very nice soft doily little flap there. And if we measure this one, it is 8 1/2, and this point to this point it's 8. Well, that's interesting. No, I'm sorry, it's really almost the same, 8 1/2 from that point to this point, and 8 1/2 from the widest point to that. So you could say 8 by 8 or 8 1/2 by 8 1/2. So let's see if I can hold that one up. So that one's very busy, but if you like a lot of girly and pink and pretty, that would be a great one. And then the first year I made these, I made this quilted one, and I quilted it myself with just some batting and some lace over cotton, and then a little lace bow to cover the hanger on the back. This is some beautiful soft, I think it's nylon or chiffon ruffle around the edges. And then I've got the little emblem that says love, and I stitched that on. There's just all kinds of patterns because I love pattern mixing and different textures. This is like a really delicate, almost corduroy fabric. Got a little flower embellishment. It's kind of like a resin, I think. And then some layered little doily flowers, some crocheted lace trim, or doily trim, and of course a little gingham hiding in there. So let's see, I'll measure this one for you. And from the widest point to the other edge, it's 8.5. And then this one to the middle, it's again about 8.5, 8.25. And there's the hanger. I don't know if you can see. It's got gingham and lace and a pretty little acrylic rose there. So there's this one. And I think that's all I have right now. I showed you the velvet and all of these. And if I didn't, I hope it'll be incentive for you to run over and check out the pillows that I have in my Etsy store. It's free shipping in the continental US, and since it's not quite February, I'm sure you'd get it before Valentine's if that's what you want it for. But I'm happy that people purchased them the last time I put them in my shop, any time of the year. It wasn't just a Valentine purchase, so that's a thought too. But I really just wanted to come and share with the lovely crafting community what I've been up to. I really appreciate all of your support and your comments, and I'd like to have your comments down below, so feel free to, you know, jot your thoughts and say hello. It's always a bright spot in my day, and I hope you all stay well until next time. Talk to you soon. Bye.